A big hello to all the lovely people out there. I'm Abhisha. I'm back with a new video. Hope you all are doing good. In fact, you have clicked just on the perfect video to start preparation of NIE LIT job exams. And if you have already started the preparation, still you are on the right video because in this session I have brought you detailed solution of NIE LIT Scientist B exam conducted in July 2017. This is part 3 of the solution, and here I am going to share not only the answers but also all the concepts and tips related to each question. So please come and join me. Before starting the session, I would like to tell you something. Today we are going to focus on detailed solution of 2 questions, and there is a prerequisite for that. So I made 2 videos that cover all concepts which are necessary to solve these 2 questions. The link of those 2 videos are given in description box. So please do watch that first and start solving these questions. Let me now take you to the first question. In the circuit given below, switch S is open for a long time and is closed at t equal to 0. The value of current I of t when t tends to infinity. You can see the circuit here. 4 options are given. Option A 0.9 ampere, option B 1.5 ampere, option C 0.3 ampere, option D 0.6 amperes. Let us first analyze the network given in question. This is the network. You can see the switch S. It is kept open for a long time and at t equal to 0 it is closed. We are asked to find out the current I of t through this inductor at t tends to infinity. Actually, all the concepts which are necessary to solve this particular question is discussed in my video all about first order RL network. Hope you already watched that. Let us first consider the condition t less than 0 and find out current I of t at t equal to 0 minus. That is the moment just before t equal to 0. And for finding out that current, we are supposed to obtain the equivalent circuit at t equal to 0 minus. As I said to you earlier, the switch S is kept open for a long time. Hence, this network reached its steady state with open switch at t equal to 0 minus. Correspondingly, we can replace this inductor with a short circuit. Why it is so? Here, the network is excited with a DC source and an inductor acts like a short circuit to DC at steady state. Apart from that, since the switch is open, there is no significance for this 10 ohm. So we can remove that and get an equivalent circuit like this at t equal to 0 minus. Now look at this resistor. This 10 ohm and this 10 ohm are connected in series. Hence we replace them with their equivalent resistance 20 ohm and get a circuit like this. Now you look at this point. At this point, this current 1.5 ampere divides between these 2 parallel resistors. Based on current division rule, this current I of t can be expressed as 1.5 into 10 by 10 plus 20, that is 0.5 amperes. Thus, we obtained the value of current I of t at t equal to 0 minus as 0.5 amperes. As you know, an inductor opposes any sudden changes in current through it. So, even if we close the switch at t equal to 0, current through the inductor remains the same. That is, I of 0 minus is equal to I of 0 is equal to 0.5 amperes. Hope you got it. Next, we are going to consider the condition t greater than 0. This is the network given in question. At t equal to 0, the switch is closed and hence we get an equivalent circuit like this for t greater than 0. Clear? Now have a look at how to convert practical voltage source to practical current source. Does anyone knows what is a practical voltage source? A voltage source with a series connected resistor is considered as a practical voltage source. Sometimes we have to replace a practical voltage source in a network with its equivalent practical current source for simplifying the analysis. How can we do that? That's what we are going to look at next. A practical voltage source, that is a voltage source V with a series connected resistor R, is equivalent to a practical current source, that is a current source I with a parallel connected resistor R, where current I can be obtained by using the equation I is equal to V by R. V is the value of voltage source and R is the series connected resistor. Clear? Coming back to our question, this is the equivalent circuit for t greater than 0. Here you can see a current source with a parallel resistor, that is a practical current source. Now we are going to replace this with its equivalent practical voltage source. What will be the value of voltage source? 1.5 into 10, that is 15 volts. So we get a circuit like this. This 15 volt with a series connected 10 ohm represents the practical current source in our previous circuit. Now you look at these two 10 ohm resistors. They are connected in series. Hence we can replace them with the equivalent resistance, which is nothing but 10 plus 10, that is 20 ohm. Thus we obtain this circuit. Now you look at this portion of network. Here you can see a 15 volt voltage source with a series connected 20 ohm resistor. So it can be considered as a practical voltage source. Now what we are going to do is we are going to replace this practical voltage source with its equivalent practical current source. So what will be the value of current source? 15 by 20, that is 0.75 ampere, and we get a network like this. 0.75 ampere and parallel connected 20 ohm represents the practical voltage source in our previous circuit. Now you look at this 20 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor. They are connected in parallel. So we can replace them with their equivalent resistance, which is nothing but 20 into 10 by 20 plus 10, that is 6.67 ohms. Correspondingly, we get a network like this. Now, can anyone tell me how we can simplify this network? Is there any practical voltage source or practical current source? Alright, here you can see practical current source, and we are going to replace this with its equivalent practical voltage source. What will be the value of voltage source? 0.75 into 6.67, that is equal to 5 volts, and we get a network like this. Now you look at this 6.67 ohm resistor and 10 ohm resistor. They are connected in series, so we are going to replace them with the equivalent resistance, which is nothing but 6.67 plus 10, that is equal to 16.67 ohm, and we get a circuit like this. It is a simple circuit which contains only one loop. So we are going to start the analysis by writing KVL in clockwise direction. Starting at this point, first we observe this 5 volt voltage source with the polarity mark in the order minus plus. Correspondingly, we add a term minus 5 to KVL equation. Then the voltage drop across this 16.67 ohm resistor, which is nothing but 16.67 into I of t. Finally, the voltage drop across this 15 millihenry inductor, and it is represented as L into di of t by dt. Finally, we get KVL equation as minus 5 plus 16.67 into I of t plus L into di of t by dt is equal to 0. By rearranging this, we get di of t by dt plus 16.67 by L into I of t is equal to 5. It's a first order differential equation with the constant coefficients. We have to solve this equation to obtain the expression of I of t. So next we are going to look at how to solve a first order differential equation with the constant coefficients. di of t by dt plus pi of t is equal to q is the general form of first order differential equation. The solution is given as I of t is equal to e raised to minus pt integral q e raised to pt dt plus c e raised to minus pt, where c is the constant of integration. So what we are going to do next is we are going to solve the first order differential equation obtained after analyzing the network given in question. This is the first order differential equation to be solved. When we compare this equation with the general form of first order differential equation, we get value of p is equal to 16.67 by L and q is equal to 5. So p is 16.67 by L and q is equal to 5. Then by substituting the value of p and q in the expression of I of t, we get I of t is equal to e raised to minus 16.67 t by L integral 5 e raised to 16.67 by lt dt plus c e raised to minus 16.67 by lt. By doing integration and all, we get it as 0.3 plus c e raised to minus 1.1 into 10 raised to 3t, where c is the constant of integration. How can we calculate the value of constant of integration? For calculating that value, we are going to apply initial condition to this particular equation. The value of I of t at t equal to 0 is already obtained as 0.5. Then by applying this condition to this particular equation, we get 0.5 is equal to 0.3 plus c, or c is equal to 0.2. Finally, our I of t is 0.3 plus 0.2 e raised to minus 1.1 into 10 raised to 3t. Hope you remember in the question we are asked to find out value of I of t at t tends to infinity. When we apply t tends to infinity to this particular equation, we get I of t as 0.3 amperes. Thus, our answer is 0.3 amperes. Hope it is clear. Moving on to next question. Consider a unity feedback control system with open loop transfer function g of s is equal to k by s into s plus 1. The steady state error of the system due to a unity step input is dash. Four options are given: option A 0, option B k, option C 1 by k, option D infinite. I think you can just pause the video and try to solve it yourself. In fact, all concepts which are necessary to solve this particular question is discussed in my video all about steady state error. Hope you already watched that video. Can anyone tell me what is steady state error? In fact, steady state error is the difference or error between reference input and output when t tends to infinity. The analysis of steady state error is already done in our previous video, so I'm not going to do that right now. Here you can see a closed loop system where R of s is the Laplace transform of input signal, E of s error signal, C of s output signal, G of s open loop transfer function, H of s feedback transfer function, G of s H of s loop transfer function. By analyzing this block diagram, we get the expression of steady state error ESS is equal to limit t tends to infinity E of t, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 S E of s, that is equal to limit s tends to 0 S into R of s by 1 plus G of s H of s. In our question, the open loop transfer function G of s is given as k by s into s plus 1 and H of s is 1 by s. Why it is so? Because it is mentioned in the question that the system is unity feedback control system. So H of t is 1 and correspondingly H of s is 1 by s. and the input is given as unit step input, that is r of t is u of t, correspondingly r of s equal to 1 by s. By substituting the values of g of s, h of s and r of s in the expression of steady state ESS, we get it as limit s tends to 0, s into 1 by s by 1 plus k by s into s plus 1 into 1 by s. By rearranging this, we get limit s tends to 0, s square into s plus 1 divided by s square into s plus 1 plus k. Then by applying the condition s tends to 0, we get ESS as 0. That's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed this lesson. I'll come back soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Thank you.